Hi everyone, NehruvianDOOM Tano here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new NehruvianDOOM record. It's self-titled. This album is a collaborative record, a hip-hop record that took a lot of people by surprise. Teaming up on this 8-song affair are famed underground East Coast rapper MF Doom, aka Doom, under monikers and in projects such as Victor Vaughn and MF Doom, as well as Madvillain. He has been responsible for some of the most significant and envelope-pushing hip-hop of the 2000s. But rather than spitting his typically villainous and hilarious verses on every single track of this new record, he produces much of the time and leaves a bulk of the rapping up to his collaborator, Bishop Nehru. But who is Bishop Nehru? Good question, me. Bishop Nehru is a New York rapper whose very small discography consists of a few minor mixtapes, a You Stressin' single, as well as a collaborative EP with Dizzy Wright. Anything else he's done is barely a blip on the music culture radar. He's not a fiery young prodigy with a deafening buzz, which is interesting considering that there are younger rappers out there now who it seems they will do anything to rip off MF Doom's sound, at least in their earlier work. People like Joey Badass, Tyler the Creator, Earl. Surely an album with one of these people would have been more controversial and interesting given their commercial success and their buzz. But Doom has never really been one to pander to commercial appeal, which is part of why we love him. He's eccentric, he's unorthodox, he's idiosyncratic, he is very much about his art, he is very much about his sound, so there must be something to this collaboration with Bishop Nehru. Maybe there is something hidden in this young MC's voice, his talent, his verses that the rest of us just are not hearing yet. And if that is in fact the case, I personally am still not hearing it. Just like on his previous mixtapes, Nehru is fine. He's on tempo, he's passable, he's got the bare minimum of what you would need for a listenable MC. His voice and style doesn't really convey anything to me other than that I'm hearing a young dude who's still kind of finding his sound and his style. There are some positive moments and songs on this record though. I love the track Great Things. It's a very cute little song. It has a bright, very uplifting instrumental, albeit a little lo-fi. Doom's verse on this thing is very precious. Nehru's verse on this thing is very precious. This song is really about success and following your dreams and following your goals. This track is like just crossing the finish line, first place, in slow motion. It's a very endearing song. Then there's Darkness. I love the How About You chorus on this track. I love the very moody instrumental. I think Nehru, though the chorus is very simple lyrically, it does work. There's the song Om, which comes very early in the track list here. It's definitely one of the harder and more slightly aggressive tracks in this track listing. Even though Nehru's bars aren't amazing, they definitely get the job done. He is a listenable MC. But really it's kind of the instrumental and MF Doom's hook on this track that steals the show for me. The beat is just so much more quirky than Nehru is, and naturally my ears kind of gravitate away from him and toward the instrumental. And even though Om, though not a perfect track, is still a pretty good start to this record, the album loses steam really fast. Like on the song Mean the Most, which is kind of a smitten song. It's a lovesick track and has one of the most abhorrent choruses on the entire album. And the song So Alone gets even worse with just its bareness, its skeletalness. I mean, I like the topic, I like the concept of the song, but the I'm so alone, I'll be by myself. The bad singing on this track just does not do it for me, though. Again, I do like the idea of this track, the fact that it is sort of lonely at the top, lonely in the limelight. There are just so few great tracks in the track listing here, and there are so few of them as is. We're only getting 8 songs, and in these tracks there are interludes. There might be a little bit of an instrumental filler or something like that, or just some vocal samples, effectively just padding the song out. But to go to the closer here, Disastrous, instrumentally, it doesn't really feel like this beat supports NehruvianDOOM that well. I don't know if the vocals are mixed too high, or if they're just not completely on tempo, or if just the instrumental is too muddy or too low. I don't know what the issue is, but it feels like there's just some kind of disconnect between the beat and the lyrics. And NehruvianDOOM himself, too. They don't sound anywhere near as enthusiastic as they really should be to do this collaboration. If you don't sound excited to make this record, I'm not going to be excited to hear this record. Though I do think the end of Doom's verse on this track was quite funny, quite witty, saying that that's all, it's over, and then, kind of ended right there. Given the release of Ohm and Darkness, I was really looking forward to the release of this LP. I was really excited because I am a Doom fan, and even if I don't love every one of his projects, I do want to check it out because I do think he has a great style, a great sound, and I thought this would be a really interesting endorsement at the end of the day. I really thought there was going to be something exciting here that I didn't catch when listening to Nehru's mixtapes, but in fact that just wasn't here. Not only do I think this album is kind of underwhelming, but given the reputation of Doom, I think this album was maybe marketed not as well as it could have been, or maybe it was just a little misleading. Yes, it was a collaboration. Doom and Nehru did collaborate, but I kind of feel like this was like a Batman movie where Robin is playing the lead role and we get very little Batman. This album really is all about Robin, and I just don't see the excitement in that, personally. I'm feeling a strong 5 to a light 6 on this thing. Transition. But if you've given this album a listen, what did you think of it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Why? What do you think I should review next? And that's it. Anthony Fantano, NehruvianDOOM, forever.